Hello everybody, good afternoon, Rose here. Today I'm doing something a little different. So for those of you that come here for the Foodie Beauty React content, I'm still doing it, but as you know, Foodie has been slipping. She hasn't really cared about her content in a very long time, and as a result, her content has become more than stale, more than boring. It's a mixture of boring and toxic. Just last night, she was on camera binge eating and being high, and that seems to be her normal these days. You know, doing chemicals, getting extremely high, and eating on camera, and she considers that good content. Well, as you know, some of the reactors in the reaction community, we're looking around to see what else we can do to entertain all of you. Some people are doing reacts on different people. I'm looking around to react to different people, as well as doing my ambiance videos and my gaming videos, and I'm having fun with all of it. But I would like to introduce all of you on my channel to someone new that you may or may not have heard of. And her name is Heather Colonna. She's been called the American Foodie. Although I don't think she has the same issues as Foodie. She still brings the drama, just not quite in the same way. And word has been getting back around to Foodie that the reactors are looking for other people to react to, and they are looking strongly towards Heather. So Chantal said some not nice things about Heather. She called her boring, and Heather clapped back in a video on her channel. So that's the one I want to react to introduce you to Miss Heather Colonna. And if you like her video, if you want to go over and sub to her, leave a comment, I encourage you to do so. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see Miss Heather. And the video is fairly short, and I will say that the volume is a bit on the low side. So I'm just letting you know now so you don't think it's on my end. Just her volume is a bit low. Perhaps she will improve that in the future. But Heather had some choice things to say about Foodie. And I'm going to react right along with Heather. So let's get to, shall we?
Good afternoon, YouTube. How you doing?
We're doing all right. How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, your volume's low, Heather.
Okay. So this video, first of all, God bless everybody for listening. Thank you for being fabulous and sweet and kind, and I hope God gives you good things. I'm not gonna wear the crown. I don't be that dramatic. Okay, so I'm a little pissed off, but thank you so much. Why do you want messing up names? That's terrible. I don't need to do that.
She's probably looking for the volume.
You get the name right. Control Detective.
So I guess Control Detective did a video about Heather, and now her channel is getting a bit more attention.
Great video you just made in regards to Foodie Beauty and myself. I'm here to snatch that bitch's crown.
You know what, Heather? I hope you take it. I hope you take it, ma'am. Foodie has been feeling that she's on top of the mountain and nobody can knock her off. She's under the impression that she's the only thing on YouTube to react to talk about. It's about time somebody came around and made her sweat a little bit. She's been sitting on her mountain, lazy, ungrateful, spoiled, entitled. It's about time. It's about time somebody knocked her off that mountain and showed her that if she wants to keep her channel and to make it successful, she's got to work for it now. She's got to break out of that way of thinking that she's the only thing on YouTube, and and we're not going to walk away from her and do other things and talk about other people, because trust me, we will. Uh, Even those of us on our reaction channels, us reactors, you know, even with all of our talents and creativity and humor, it's sometimes hard to keep the audiences entertained when it comes to Foodie, because she's drifted to a place where there's nothing new to talk about. It's the same stuff over and over. We need something new. We need a breath of fresh air, you know? So I hope you're it.
First of all, I'm pissed off because she's calling me boring. How the fuck am I boring?
You know, the irony, Heather. She's calling you boring, but yet she doesn't mind sitting in front of her computer and eating and getting high and not even talking to her audience. Imagine that. Someone who makes it her business to do nothing all day, all night, every day for weeks and months, calling you boring. Imagine that.
Because I don't freaking allegedly, I don't know, do illegal things like called DR, let's fill in the blank. I'm not better than you, but listen, I want to pray for you and stuff, but like, and I'm sorry that you think I'm boring, but if I'm so fucking boring, why are you copying me with tarot card readings?
Oh, so that's where that came from. See, because I was wondering what made Foodie pick up the tarot cards all of a sudden. Was she just looking to latch on to the tarot card community? Was that it? I mean, I honestly didn't know. I was scratching my head over here thinking, what made Foodie pick up the tarot cards? Is it so out of the norm for her? So she's been watching your content, and because you do tarot card readings, she's like, oh, since she's doing it, I'm going to do it. Well, that does make sense. Although Foodie and tarot cards just don't mix. She has no respect for the cards, and she doesn't know what they mean. And words she's not willing to learn. She wants to do the tarot cards, but yet she won't take half an hour, maybe an hour to study up on them, find out how to use them correctly, how to cleanse herself, how to cleanse her cards, all of that. You know, it's just so on brand for Foodie. You know, she sees things on a whim and she'll pick them up because they look exciting or different, but she doesn't want to learn about what she's gathering onto herself, you know? So as a tarot card reader, I hate the fact that Foodie has tarot cards, because she's over there thinking that she can use the tarot cards to manifest things in her life. That's how little she knows about the tarot. She thinks it's some sort of manifesting tool, and it's not.
Bitch, please. You don't even know what they mean. Cups. Stunad. You need to actually study with tarot and know what they mean and read the books and bada beep bada boop.
Right. Cups usually mean prosperity, good things coming, abundance, things like that.
If anything, I have advice for you. You need to leave Nader and Dee Dee alone, or they're going to get a restraining order on you. How do I know? Because, and I'm not proud of, my first ex-boyfriend put a restraining order on me, and I did jail time for it.
You know what, Heather? I don't know how much you know about Foodie, but I will let you know. Just in case you see this video, I will let you know. Dee Dee, Nader, and Chantal, they're all in cahoots together. They're all working together. The last few days, Foodie, I've been watching her real closely. You know, like her binge eating is been kicked into overdrive. I'm someone that I used to be a binge eater. I'm in recovery from my ED. And usually when somebody has an eating problem like that and it gets kicked into overdrive, it's usually because of stress or lots of negative emotion, like say anger or sadness or depression. That will kick it into overdrive. And so Foodies has been kicked into overdrive. And I was watching her, just thinking to myself, what could it be? Like, why is she kicking it up 10 notches with her eating? And I've been watching the rest of the reaction community very closely. And Natter got basically a warning. He got a violation of his community post. And all they gave him was a warning because they did not give him a strike, as if they did, he'd be out for a week. So he was back online today, which means he did not get a true strike. But I'm sure, because they are in cahoots together, that Natter was not very happy with Chantal since they are talking. And he probably yelled at her and told her, I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. And you can always tell when it comes to Natter and Chantal if they're good or if they're not good. Because if they're good, she's happy, she's not eating as much, she's going places and she's getting all dressed up. When they're on the outs, when he's angry with her, when he won't see her, when he won't talk to her, that's when she sits home and she does nothing but eat and eat and eat and eat. So the last few days she's been doing nothing but eating. That is her coping mechanism. That is her escape tool. So I don't think it's any coincidence that Natter got a warning. He got in trouble with YouTube. They slapped him on the hand, and he probably yelled at Foodie, doesn't want to see her, doesn't want to talk to her. He was punishing her for all this trouble, and so she was moping about with the food. I think the two go very much hand in hand together. So as far as Natter and Dee filing complaints or cases against Foodie, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're all working together. They've been working together. They try to paint this false narrative in front of the camera, but when the camera's turned off, it's a whole different story. I'm just letting you know.
2 months in Canada. I don't know how things work in Canada. I will keep you in my prayers. And I don't know who the fuck you think you are talking about me being boring. I got 600 subs just like that because I'm genuine. I'm sweet to people. And the fact that you have so much success and you're spending it, you need help. You need a therapist. You definitely need to take care of your physical health. You can't sit there and binge and then say you're 340 pounds.
Nope. Foodie's over there lying to herself and saying, I'm 340 pounds and I lost 50 pounds in like 2 days. Not possible, Foodie. No, ma'am. No. Let's tell the truth, Foodie. You're over 500 pounds. This is not me fat shaming you. This is not me fat bullying you. You are over 500 pounds. You're not the same weight or even close as you were when you were with BB. You were around 360 pounds when you were with BB. You were in the upper 300s. So there's no possible way. Then the amount of time you've been away from BB and the amount of eating that you've done, that you haven't gained a significant amount of weight. It's just not possible. You sat there the other night, Foodie. You ate a whole huge party bag of Doritos. There was over 2,000 calories in that one bag. That's not counting all the sodas you drink. And then the other night when you had 2 cakes and a whole bunch of other food, how is it possible, ma'am, that you ate all those calories and you're not gaining weight? It's not possible, Foodie. Not possible. I don't know why you're trying to put out the message on YouTube that you can eat whatever you want and not only gain weight, but lose weight. That's a very dangerous message to put out to people. Just in case people out there on YouTube, they might believe you. Oh, I can eat whatever I want and not gain weight. No, that's not true. Calories in, calories out. Calories in, calories burned versus what's left over at the end of the day. All you do is eat, Foodie, and you're not burning off any calories. You're not swimming, you're not biking, you're not walking. You're gaining weight big time. And you're using all the wrong things to keep that weight off. And it's not working because you do those things, those powdery things, and it will suppress your hunger for a while, but then you got to come down from that. Then you do the edibles. That stimulates your hunger, which also stimulates your eating problem. And that monster comes running out of the cage saying, let's party. And that's when you go wild with the food. Okay? So yeah, Heather, she's got a big time problem with food. She's got a big time problem with anything she gets wrapped around. She needs, and I'm not joking, I think she needs a team of people helping her. It's going to take more than one doctor, one specialist. My opinion, I think she needs a psychotherapist, a psychiatrist, a person who specializes in eating problems. She needs like 3 or 4 people all specializing in something different, and she needs inpatient therapy where she cannot leave. Because if you leave Foodie alone to do her own thing, she does all the wrong things. That's just my opinion.
Well, 320 pounds doesn't work that way, doll.
No.
I've been on a high protein, low carb diet for 3 months and I lost 30 pounds. I'm only saying this because I care. I'm not better than anyone else. Don't sit there and fucking call me boring and I'm a nobody. I'm a fucking somebody. I almost graduated college twice. I basically have the equivalent of a bachelor's degree. What'd you do with your time?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You need help. You need a therapist. You need meds for psych. I can't talk.
You know what? Heather, she's supposed to be on antidepressants. She doesn't take them. And she thinks that if she can skip the antidepressants and then take a pill one day and she's better. Antidepressants, you got to take them on the regular for at least 6 weeks for them to work. So she's supposed to be on antidepressants at least, and yet she won't take them. She thinks that doing the green, that covers all bases, and it doesn't.
Diagnosed, you need to go to a psychiatrist for that one. You need to stop the fucking drugs. Oops.
Yep, she sure does. Because what she's using them for ain't working.
Said it. You talked about it in your stream where other people have said it. You can't sue me for it. It's public fucking knowledge.
It is.
Go to rehab, doll. You're making all this money. Go clean up and sober up and live a sober life. Why?
She'll never go to rehab, though, Heather. She'll never go. Because if she went to rehab, she couldn't stream inside of a rehab center. And she would have to stay away from Natter. She's not going to do that either. She needs rehab. She needs to be inpatient. She'll never do it. Because if she went to rehab, she'd be around people that she couldn't lie to. She couldn't bullshit. They'd see right through her. If she checked herself in a rehab, she'd be out that same day. She doesn't like people telling her what to do. She doesn't want to be truthful with anybody. And she's not in that headspace where she's going to say to herself, I need help. I really need help. And I'm going to be honest with myself. I need help. And this problem or problems that I have are way over my head. As long as she keeps making that YouTube money, she thinks she can maintain everything and she's fine. She's not fine. But it's up to her to seek the help. And until then, nobody can really help her.
The fuck you doing that? You're making all this money. Why don't you give it back to charity?
She does. Her form of charity is Natter.
Pay your bills, pay your taxes, and fucking give it back to charity. Right? I'm sure there's animal shelters in Canada or food shelters. People need food, and you're spending fucking what, $60 on Pannier? Fucking hotel rooms. Who do you think you are? Fucking Julia Roberts over here? You're not. And you're so mean to your fans.
Hallelujah. You know what though? She's mean to everybody, Heather. She's mean. She's a mean, nasty person, is Foodie. She's mean and nasty because she's taken everything and everyone for granted. She honestly thinks that the YouTube train is going to run forever. And what she doesn't see is the wall in front of her that she's very close to running into. She's going to hit that sucker real fast. But, she's ducking, dodging, and weaving the truth about her life and the fact that her channel is going down. She's so wrapped up in her addictions. She's at that stage where only the addictions matter. If she has to sacrifice whatever to keep those addictions going, she will. She's so wrapped around them, she can't even see straight. And she's doing that willingly. Willingly, she's making herself just not see the forest for the trees.
You built up a base, I'll give you that. And I hope you self-improve and listen to my advice.
She
It's
won't.
coming with love and respect. But I will not have you disrespecting my name by telling me I'm fucking boring. I'm half Italian, honey. If I get insulted like that, I pop off. I have a temper with my words. Only my words. But you need help, and I will keep you in my prayers, Miss Foodie.
You know, I wonder what would happen if Foodie went out in public and she met Heather in public, in person. Would Foodie run off at the mouth, or would she run away? She'd probably run away. Because Heather, you strike me as the kind of person that if somebody's got something to say, you will stand still and defend yourself. Foodie, she's only courageous behind her phone. She doesn't have half the courage to say things to somebody's face as she does behind her monitor.
Beauty, you better knock it off with the nader stuff before you end up in jail. 1. 2, knock it off with the drugs. Get cleaned up. That shit's not, I mean, I've never, the only thing I've ever done was marijuana once on a date in my 20s. And I never touched the harder stuff. I wouldn't want to. It scares me. I'm not better than no one else. And I understand you have issues with drugs, then go to drug rehab.
She won't.
My drug of choice is food, and I overcame it. So why you can overcome yours?
You know what, Heather? If that's true, if you had a problem with food and you tackled it, can I be someone to say I congratulate you? I've been on that side of the fence. It sucks. It sucks to be addicted to something you can't completely quit, because we as people, we have to eat. You have to find a way to repair your relationship with food and make it better again. So for that, I congratulate you, because that is a hell of a tough fight.
But don't you gotta remember where you came from, and don't shit on your fans.
She does,
you
though.
Be nice to them. They're people.
She's not nice to anybody. She's not grateful for anybody. She's always looking for a new way to scam people. She has a postcard club. People have been paying for 6 months on that sucker. Not one single postcard. Now she's talking about virtual postcards. Foodie, nobody paid for virtual postcards. Nobody. It was about you traveling and going to different places and sending postcards to people from those places. You made sure to get the money all those months, but God forbid if you should send out postcards to people, which wouldn't have costed you much money at all. You don't try to give back to your fans, the people that pay your bills, pay your rent. Make sure you've got food in your house. You're not grateful for any of that. When there's a lot of people in the world that are suffering right now, they're scratching, they're trying to make a living. You got it easy on YouTube, and you're not grateful for any of it. And the world has changed the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world has changed. And so the way people looked at you 4 or 5 years ago, they don't look at you the same way now. They look at you and go, this 38-year-old, spoiled, entitled, rotten woman who's got an easy gig on YouTube, she can't even give back a little bit sometimes. She never gives back. All she does is take. You're a taker, Foodie. All you do is fucking take. And you know what? People are at that point where they're tired of giving, because they're starting to wake up. They don't want to give you anything anymore. They're never going to get anything from you. How hard is it to get up in the morning and make a decent video, a 15 to 20 minute video? Hard is it, huh? How hard? Compared to what other people have to do for their money, how hard is it? You can't even do that. Too wrapped around natter in the food and making it your business to do nothing. So if somebody wants to go ahead and take your crown and wear it, I'm all for it.
People, they have emotions, they have feelings. The fact you're taking donations and you're yelling at everybody, what's the matter with you? Girl, you need a reality check.
Yep, she does.
And you need to check out that diabetes. You can't heal your diabetes. You need to go to an endocrinologist.
Yeah, that's some other bullshit she's saying. I cured my diabetes. No, you didn't. You can't cure diabetes, Chantal. Sitting there eating fatty, greasy food, sugary drinks. You don't cure diabetes that way. And I don't appreciate you getting online and telling people I cure my diabetes, because there might be some people out there that, listening to you for as long as they have, they might actually believe that that's possible. It's not possible to cure diabetes like that. No. You can't sit there and eat 10,000 calories in a day, drinking sugary drink after sugary drink all day long and cure diabetes. No, ma'am.
You probably need insulin. You probably need metformin. Wherever you take care of it, you should go back on that Ozempic. And take.
You know what, Heather? The only reason why she was taking the Ozempic, it wasn't for her diabetes. She was trying to find a shortcut to lose weight. But with Ozempic, even if you do it right, you might lose 15, 20 pounds. Foodie's got a lot more to lose than that. But if you lose weight on the Ozempic, it's going to be through a correct diet and exercise, which she's not willing to do. Foodie's very impatient. She wants everything right now, maybe perhaps even yesterday. So she found something else to keep her away from the food and to give her energy. A little bit of the powdering of the nose variety. And she lost 70 pounds, but then she gained it all back and then some, because she's got a problem with food that hasn't been taken care of and it hasn't been addressed. And until it gets addressed, it's always going to be a problem.
Take care of your issues. Maybe even take a little break from YouTube just to get some help. I'm serious. You should be in a inpatient, dual diagnosis for drug and mental illness. And
she needs all of that. She'll never get it because she thinks she's fine. She needs multiple kinds of therapy and to see different people for all of her issues. She'll never get it.
Okay, I'm not judging you, Beauty Chantal. I just want to help. I don't want to see anything happen to you. All right?
She won't listen to you.
So I know I got a little bitchy in this conversation, but I really just wanted to honestly give you advice. Your job will always be waiting for your career on YouTube, but you gotta treat people nicer and give back with charity. Pay your bills, pay your taxes, build a nest egg, but try to give back as much as you can. Just my advice. You know? And guys, if you want to correct me in the comments if I'm being a bitch, I'm sorry. But this is what
you know what? Do you know though, Heather? Do you know how many people in her own chat, her own VIBs, have tried to give her advice about this thing or that thing, and she gets mad at people and she puts them on blast for trying to help her? She doesn't want advice. I know you're being nice and trying to give her advice, but other people have tried it. She's not ready to hear it. And if somebody's in the throes of addiction and they've got issues, until they're ready to change, all the advice in the world, no matter how smart, no matter how intelligent, no matter how well intended, until that person is ready to receive it, it's falling on deaf ears. You know, like they're not going to hear you. You're going to block it out.
She needs reality check, and nobody said this to her. Or maybe you have in the comments, but treat your cats nice, Miss Foodie Beauty. I hope you're taking care of your cats. That would break my heart if anything happened to those freaking cats. You gotta make sure you take them to the vet, feed them snacks, give them toys, be your babies.
She hasn't taken BBJ to go get her tooth fixed. That poor baby's running around with a bad tooth, and that's why her breath stinks. There was a recorded phone call that happened in the car when Roman was with her when they went to the vet. BBJ, the vet said on the phone, a recorded phone call, that BBJ needs oral surgery. Told Foodie she has to come back for the oral surgery. That never happened. So not only is BBJ not really able to eat, she's walking around with a bad tooth, which can lead to serious problems. Foodie has the money to take care of it. She could call even maybe a mobile vet and take care of it. Hasn't happened. She doesn't care about her pets. There's just something that she uses to get attention when she's on screen. As sad as it is, it's true.
But you really should be, your family should get involved. I'm not telling, no, I'm not involved, but your mom or somebody needs to talk to you about getting you into rehab.
They've tried that. She don't want to stay.
ASAP. So I'm done. I love you guys, fans. I had to react. I couldn't sit there and let my name be sniffed. And I'm not a nobody. I'm Heather Colonna. I'm not better than nobody else, but I am human and I have emotions and feelings. You need help, Chantel, before you get into legal problems, and you need to handle the mental health and the alleged drug use. It's no good for you, sweetie. It's no good at all. No good. And that's that. And I have mental health issues, but I take my meds as directed every day.
Good for you.
I'm bipolar with a borderline personality disorder, PTSD, anxiety, and depression. So I don't want to come off sound like I'm better. I'm not better than anyone else. I'm not. Trying to work on myself through YouTube. So I get feedback from people and they tell me when I need to grow up, when I screw up, and I try to fix it. And no human being is perfect. But girlfriend, you need a reality check. All right, I'm done. Thank you so much.
Well, you know what, Heather? You could have gone off a lot harder on Foodie in this video, like the response video, but you know, you kept it classy. I respect that. But Foodie, listen, your content, it's gotten beyond stale. It's gotten beyond stale, Foodie. People are so tired of seeing the same thing over and over. They're tired of seeing you get on camera, high as balls, eating. In my opinion, Foodie, you're over there doing self-harm content and you expect to do self-harm content and get compensated for it? No. No, that's not what YouTube is for. That's not what this platform is for. But that's what you've turned your page into, is here. I'm going to get on camera and actively hurt myself. And I'm looking for people that will support that through views and through memberships. You turned your page into a page. You're looking for those fetish people, the theater fetish people. You want to gather them all to you so they'll give you the super chats and maybe some money through PayPal. You're hurting yourself to satisfy their fetish. And all they care about is getting their fetish fulfilled. They don't care about your health. They don't care if you land in the hospital or worse. But you are so caught up in running after the money, so caught up in it that you don't see how it's ruining you and ruining your channel. And you've drifted to that place where not even the reactors can save you. So you know what? If something new wants to come along, somebody new comes along that we can talk about that's not as toxic, I'm all for it. We need a breath of fresh air. We need something different, don't we? We need it. And maybe that might motivate you, Foodie, to get off your butt and stop being lazy and put some work and effort into your channel, because if you don't, what's going to happen to you is what happened to Amber. You remember your friend Amberlyn Reed. Everybody used to react to her, but then she drifted to that place where she was so boring, everybody just let go of her. Now she's so desperate for views, she reacts to herself. You want to go there? You want to do that? It's going to happen real soon. Because the reaction channels are already looking at other people to react to, because the audience is getting disinterested. And when the audience says we're bored of Foodie, bring us something else. Unlike you, we listen to our audience. And I'm listening to mine. So I'm here for the different kinds of content, y'all. And so I'm going to keep an eye on Miss Heather Colonna. And I will be leaving a link for her video in the description. If you want to check out her channel, subscribe to her, give her a like, please do so. But tell me what you think of Heather in her response video to Foodie. So everybody have a good day and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.